Hello.
Yeah, Rupan ma'am, we can start.
Yeah. I hope you've admitted everybody, or we need to wait for some.
We already have 42 participants.
Okay,
We can
fine.
start.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. A warm welcome to one and all. Thank you all for attending this webinar. Our topic for today is nutrition, health, immunity of your homeopath specializing in children. She is the founder of Core Healing Homeopathy, which is specializing in treating children with recurrent respiratory illness, low immunity, acute fevers, respiratory illness, low immunity, skin troubles, behavioral problems, asthma, delays in development, autism, concentration difficulties, speech and language development issues. Having an experience of about 10 years, she combines classical homeopathy with latest scientific advances. Dr. Isha has always accepted Chippendale's invite to educate the parents through various workshop series like child nutrition, health, diet, behavioral problem, etc. We really feel proud to share that she had started her first workshop with Chippendale 8 years back and has been conducting numerous workshops since then. She has also done counseling for our Chippendale parents in past, which has really helped our parents to boost the immunity of the children and help them to resolve other medical issues as well. Thank you, Dr. Isha, for connecting today and for always staying connected with Chippendale and helping our parents in various aspects. Today also, please guide our parents with the best of your knowledge on how to deal with health immunity issues in this pandemic time. Over to you, Dr. Isha.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How are you all? Can you hear me very well?
Yes, yes. You're audible.
I would request everyone to be on mute. Okay. So, good evening. I'm Dr. Isha Chandan. I'm a practicing homeopath. I have a clinic in Mulund and Chembur. Thank you, Chippendale, for inviting me today to host this webinar series. Like you said, we have done a lot of sessions with Chippendale previously. And today is very different. Today we are doing an online session. It is very different, like I said, but the situation is also very different today, right?
Correct.
We are facing a pandemic. There is lockdown, the biggest lockdown of human history that we are facing. We have almost spent 2 months in lockdown. So I want to ask you parents, how is it going for all of you? I want all of you to answer this in one word, just one word. How is the lockdown going for you, especially with kids around? I have been talking to a lot of parents, and parents have been telling me what they were expecting out of lockdown, or probably what the wishful thinking was. Something like this. I hope you are typing in the chat box one word to describe your lockdown. So what I was gathering from parents is, they felt that the child would be doing the activities like this, engrossed in the activities, not disturbing the parents. Child would be in such good mood throughout the day. Child would be eating like this, fruits, vegetables, healthy food without any problems. but all of us know what the reality is, right? I would like to read the chat box. This is how they probably end up playing. This is probably how they end up feeling at the end of the day. And this is how they throw tantrums while eating food. Is this what you end up like at the end of the day? I want to know how is this lockdown feeling for you? Is it frustrating? Are you bored? Are you enjoying it? Are you overwhelmed by it? How are you feeling? Are you sharing your hectic, enjoying, easy, pressure, trying to manage? Okay. All mixed emotions, enjoying and not at all hectic, experimental, okay, closeness. Good to know that. I want everyone to participate. Everyone is with me? Free from office stress. Okay. Nice. Drupal teacher, you can keep yourself off mute so that we can coordinate in between.
Yeah, surely.
Right. What I want to say is that it has affected all of us in some or the other way, right? Now let us ponder on how it is affecting our children, because this is definitely a stressful period. There is a common emotion throughout the world, which I had written a small article called "The Virus Called Fear." The disease of corona has affected few people, but this virus called fear has affected almost everyone. Some people have fear of getting the disease. Some people have fear of business loss. Some people have fear of losing the job. There can be different emotions. But what happens is these emotions are contagious. I'm audible, Drupal teacher?
Yes, absolutely fine.
Okay. So, these emotions are contagious. When you pick up the phone and call your friend that what is happening in your area and how is the situation there, and when your friend says that, oh, probably there's a death here, or something has happened, though that thing has not happened to you, you feel that emotion. Is it right, Drupal teacher?
Correct, absolutely.
When you see the news, when you see the host screaming on the top of his voice, giving statistics and facts and so many things, the news industry works on your fear, feeds on your fear. So when they are giving you so much information, that affects you, though it has not happened to you. Am I right?
Correct.
So imagine what happens to children, because children are like sponge. They absorb all your emotions. They absorb what is happening in the house. They absorb your stress. They absorb whatever you are going through. Like I said, emotions are contagious. So children quickly pick up these emotions. What happens is, these emotions, these negative emotions, lower the child's immunity. Okay? Being scared, being insecure, being scolded, all this affect the child's immunity. and the child's immunity goes down. Are you getting me?
Okay.
Right.
Excuse me, ma'am. Just request you to, have a multi-language, like maybe a little Hindi and English both together, if you don't mind.
Sure.
Thank
Is
you.
this coming from parents?
Yes.
Okay. Please keep me updated so that I can do it that
Sure. Thank
way.
you. And there are few participants also waiting. Sorry about it, but we have somebody waiting.
Do I admit them?
Please.
Okay. How do I
Thank you so
admit
much.
the latecomers? Huh? Okay. 1 second. I am not able to do that. Okay. Here. Admit all.
Yes, please.
Okay. I can't see my cursor. How do I admit them? I'm not able to admit them.
You will be. Acha, can you give me just rights for a minute?
But I'm not able to see my cursor. Okay. Did it happen?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Welcome everyone who have joined right now.
Hi, I've just joined.
Can you put yourself on mute?
I was on mute actually.
Thank you. Okay. So I was talking on how emotions and stress affect your child's immunity. When the lockdown started, I would like to share one case with you. When the lockdown started, I had a patient who felt really sick. She had a 5-year-old girl who felt really sick. She had high grade fever. She had swollen tonsils. She was toxic. And whenever a child is acutely ill, I ask the parents, what is the mental emotion that has gone behind this, that has caused this acute illness? According to me, there is a mental stress which causes a acute illness. So the mother said that the child had told her that she was feeling, what will happen to my mother if she got coronavirus? What if something happens to her? To this level, it can affect the child and it can make them sick. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
So when we consider this and immunity of the child works, and the mental emotion that has decreased the immunity, that increases, and now the child can fight the disease and no antibiotic is required to kill the bacteria. So basically, this whole situation is causing a mental stress to the child in some or the other way. The second thing, how the children are being affected in this lockdown, is the physical activity. Children have been outdoors most of the time. They were playing with their friends most of the time, and right now they are confined inside the house, right?
Correct.
Especially the vacations that affecting? There is less of exposure to sunlight. There is less of exposure to open air. And the third important thing is the stimulation which is required for the child's brain development, which happens, senses are stimulated and the brain develops, that stimulation is lacking. Do you agree, Ripple teacher?
Correct, absolutely, because children are totally locked in home.
Time, what is happening is the screen time has increased. How many of you parents would agree to that? The screen time has definitely increased. Now, both the things, the outdoor play has reduced. Children play outdoors. Let me show you. When children play outdoors, opportunity for the brain development. The screen, they almost, the brain is not functioning. The brain is not developing. More amount of screen time is directly linked to developmental delay in children, especially more than 2 hours in a day. Tell me, parents, how much is your child spending time on the TV, iPad, phones, and everything in total? I want to know that. Put it in the chat. Okay, there are 2 more people waiting. Are people sharing?
Yes, we have comments, ma'am. I think there is some network issue from your end, ma'am. Your voice is a little less audible.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
More than 2 to 3 hours, more than 2 hours, more than 2 hours, yes. Almost 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours average. True. Right. Okay. Now the thing is,
Okay, we have somebody saying 4 hours almost.
okay. So Rupal teacher, can you read the comments for me so that it becomes easy and I don't change my screen?
Yeah, surely. It's almost, most of the parents have told 1 hour, 2 hours. We have one with 4 hours. So it's averagely come to 2 hours.
Okay. So when the child is glued in front of the TV or when they're looking at the screen, the blink rate of your eye goes down. You're almost in a partial, even for adults, it's not for children, it's for everyone. And you are in a partial hypnosis state. Also, it decreases the physical activity. In fact, I have seen most of parents give up at this stage because so many parents say कि पूरा दिन बैठता नहीं है, लेकिन टीवी के सामने बिठाओ तो ये बैठा रहता है शांति से, है कि नहीं? इसको मोबाइल दे दो तो थोड़ी देर शांति से बैठता है, वरना ये इसको हम लोग संभाल नहीं सकते, मुश्किल हो जाता है. तो even for parents,
most of the parents want to enjoy that shanti. Okay, at least
for parents,
when शांति और उनको भी शांति, So Actually, the parents have
When
started for
parents
their
want to
Shanti.
enjoy their me time or want to feel relaxed, they
Correct.
might end up giving, even in clinic I have seen that abhi I want to talk to the doctor, they give the child the phone ke aap thodi der baitho main doctor se baat. So it is becoming like a where we end up giving knowingly, unknowingly, we too end up giving the screen to the child. And then the same parents ask, how do we take a child off screen? This is a very, it's a struggle. So
Yeah, and
basically,
then they give the threat of the teachers. I've seen parents showing teachers photo on their DPs. Teacher mobile ले ले से doctor injection
right.
मारते. So
Oh,
ultimately,
parents are very innovative. They can come up with very, very different
true.
excuses and innovative ideas to threaten the child. Very
Correct.
innovative parents.
Correct. Correct.
So, okay, there are a few more people. Why are people joining so late? Okay. So, when they, so what is happening? So, you were discussing till now, how is the lockdown affecting
अरे
the
लोग
child?
चालू है
Please
की रहती है ना
mute
कंप्यूटर के सामने इसके लिए बोला टीचर ने कंप्लेंट
all of your mute your teachers. Can you tell them?
Yeah. Parents, we're requesting you, everyone, please keep your microphones on mute. Even if you enter late, please see to it that the others are not getting disturbed. Yeah, Dr. Isha, we
In
can
between,
continue.
if you want to read out your comment, read out the comments, you can let me know.
Yeah, surely.
So, okay, so we were discussing the effects of the whole pandemic situation and the measures that the government has taken to control it. The lockdown, the effects of all of this on our child's mind and emotional health, their physical health, their growth and development. It is definitely affecting our child. It is affecting everyone, all of us. So, what is happening here now? Today, we are here because immunity is one word which has become so common. Today, we are using it so frequently. All of you are here because you want to know how to increase your child's immunity, right? In this whole situation, how do I keep
Dr. Isha, we can't hear you.
that I have? Hello,
Yeah,
is this better?
yeah.
It is about the immunity. But what is happening here is a cycle where the whole situation where you want your child's immunity to be the most in this pandemic, जिससे आपका बच्चा अफेक्ट ना, यही सिचुएशन आपके चाइल्ड का इम्यूनिटी, राइट? डू यू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग?
Correct.
तो अब ये अपना प्रॉब्लम है, इसका हम सोल्यूशन, right? We have to find the solutions. We have to find how can we reduce the effects of it and this lockdown on our children, right?
Right.
Can we go ahead? Everyone
Yes.
is with me?
Yes.
Okay, still people are coming. Wow, we have good number of people, but lot of latecomers.
I think you just admit this last few and then we can stop admitting so that you don't get disturbed.
Okay. I will try because I can. Okay, 1 second. Okay. So now we start the second part. Where we will see how can you increase your child's immunity. Okay.
Okay.
In that, the first thing that we told or that I discussed was the mental health, the how the mental health and emotions affect your child's immunity. So if you want your child's immunity to be strong, the child needs to be in a very encouraging environment at home. If the child is scolded, if the child is scared, if the child is threatened, if the child is beaten, child is there is competition, there is jealousy, there is hatred. Do you think the child would have a good immunity? Teachers,
No, absolutely not.
these negative emotions are going to affect your immunity in this way. We generally think of, it as a physical aspect where you think that eating good or just popping a pill and my child would be immune. It doesn't work that way. The child's um, emotional makeup at that time. The child basically should feel relaxed and
Excuse me, Isha ma'am, some network issue. I think your voice
the
is breaking. We are
child
not
has
able to
to
hear
be
you clearly.
cheerful. The child has to feel secure and he has to feel okay. Is it for everyone or some people? Because it can be network issue on their end as well. And
No,
the
quite
number of
some
times we
parents
take the
are.
break, am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay. Okay. So like what I was saying, the child needs to feel loved. The child needs to feel secure. Then the child will have a better immunity. Now, what I discussed earlier is emotions are contagious. If you remember, I said emotions are contagious. So if you are stressed, the child is going to be stressed. So who needs to be stress free first? Parents, right?
Correct, parents.
Who needs to be relaxed and calm first for the child to be in a better mood? Parents,
Yeah, especially the mothers.
right? Especially the mothers,
Yes.
right? Because fathers are anyways out at work, not handling the child so much on everyday basis except weekends. It's nothing wrong. That's how it is. So yeah. So you need to be. One second. I need to show. I want to show you some slide. Okay. Choose your battles. Are you able to see it?
Yes, yes.
So, when you take care of the child's mental health, you are taking care of his immunity. When you ease out your child's anxiety and fears, you're taking care of the immunity. But how do you know what is the child going through? Is there a way to know what is the child feeling inside? It is very simple. Just ask the child, what are you feeling? How many times do we end up doing that? We generally don't end up doing that. Asking the child what you're feeling. Because we feel that a 3-year-old or a 4-year-old might not be able to answer that, right? What I want you to do today is ask your child, how are they feeling? Ask your child, um, ask your child about this whole situation. I want you to record a video and upload it on our page because it can have so many reactions. Ask your child what is corona, ask your child what is pandemic, ask your child what is lockdown, Ask your child if he was liking it right now or he was liking it before the lockdown. And you might be surprised to see that the child would have so many answers to it, might have so many different imaginative things to it, that it might be funny, it would be creative, but you would know what is going in your child's mind. The second thing is observe their behavior. How are they throughout the day? How are they feeling throughout the day? This will give you an insight into the child's mind. How is he feeling? And our aim should be to make the child feel calm and relaxed for them to have a good immunity. Are you with me?
Correct.
Right. The second thing is this whole thing. We are discussing about this whole pandemic and everything. I want to tell you that, when you think that the child is not seeing, or unknowingly, when you are watching the news, the child is listening to that. When you're talking to someone, the child is listening to that and is absorbing all of this. So it is very important that you realize what you're talking in front of your child, how you are talking in front of your child. So many parents have been complaining to me that the child has become hyperactive during this time. Teachers, do you get this complaint? I
Yes,
don't know, but lot of
yes,
parents are
we do.
complaining that the child has become very hyperactive. The behavior of the child has changed right now. But this is because what feed is going into them. It is important that what atmosphere you create for them at house, in the house, that will impact their mind. So it is important that you talk very mindfully and cautiously in front of your child. Do you agree, teachers?
Correct.
Absolutely.
Be very careful.
Right. So the third thing is reducing the screen time. Most of you all said that the child watches for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, which is not a good thing. Child needs the screen time needs to be reduced. So how do we do that? Plan a lot of activities with your child. You plan at least 2 hours of physical activity for your child during the day. Do gardening with them, solve puzzles with them, solve somebody. Everyone, please be on mute. Hmm. Solve puzzles with them, do gardening with them, sow seeds, water them every day, uh, do do storytelling. There are so many things that you can do with the child. Here, I want you parents to tell me what are the two different activities, different, not what you have been doing regularly. Two activities which are different that you have done with your child during this lockdown. Rupal teacher, read out the comments with to me. Just write two activities without description. We want to know what you all have been doing with your child.
Baking,
Hmm.
board games,
Right, cooking experience.
blindfold,
Mm-hmm.
painting, cooking, exercise, chess, solving puzzles, storytelling, yoga, dance, fire on,
Lovely.
fire on the mountain. So quite a bit with gross motor skills also.
Yes.
Then we have story again, family games, munching new
Munching
things.
new things.
Okay, then we have gardening.
Hmm.
Whatever the child
Lovely.
says, so good. We are doing as the children want. That is also important to listen to them.
Yes.
Do what at times we have to do what they say,
True.
making best from waste. We have someone saying we do almost everything together, so that is good. Involving the child in everything they do. Little household
Hmm.
chores are also important, in which the children
Hmm.
really develop their life skills.
Hmm.
Then we have washing utensils together. Okay, making
See
TikTok.
what happens. See, this is good when you are involving your child in household activities. You are sensitizing your child to other. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You, as parents, are there to provide for your child. Many a times when the child is pampered and given everything that whatever he wants, every need of his is fulfilled, and he just expresses and you fulfill it. What happens is you will see that those children going further become demanding. Those children start taking things for granted, but they don't understand that there is an ecosystem in the house where someone is doing for you are supposed to do for someone else. So when you involve children in doing household chores, you are you are sensitizing them to others' need. It's a very, very good thing. So why I asked you, what are you doing with your child? The different activities that you have been doing with your child is because knowingly or unknowingly, you were making them happy, you were increasing their immunity, you were bonding with them, you were creating a good atmosphere for them. It is a very good thing. It's a positive thing. So you need to do it more often,
Correct.
right?
Trish, I would just like to tell,
So these
otherwise,
are the things.
I
Yeah,
think it's really helpful to build immunity. Otherwise, the parents think that we can do whatever we want, and homeopathic का साबुनाराની गोળી મળે છે ને એ આપી દેશું એટલે immunity તો આમ બી strong થઈ જ જશે. You know, we have that
right,
mindset.
right. I completely agree to that there are some parents, or because you are not aware, because you don't know that developing the child physically, mentally, emotionally, the immunity, that onus is equally on parents as well, apart from teachers and doctors. it is it is a collaborative effort of all of us together, right? And if if you think that, um, on what Rupal teacher said, I would like to say that the need of the medicine shouldn't arrive in the first place. The child shouldn't be falling sick so often that the need of the medicine arises in the first place. When that thing is taken care and the child has a good immunity, you wouldn't need to take him to the doctor in the first place, right?
Correct. Correct.
Okay, and that should be our aim. Why not? Okay, so like we discussed, I want you to do this activity today. Talk to your child, ask them, record a video, send it to us. We would like to see your child, hear your child's thought on what is happening right now. Okay, now we come to the second part. Let me the timing. Okay, now we come to the other important part, is the maintaining this immunity by good nutrition and good lifestyle, right? We have been talking a lot about the mental and emotional sphere in how it affects the immunity and how you can do to tackle with that. But there is one more important part which helps in maintaining the immunity, which is your lifestyle, the lifestyle, and the nutrition. So here, now parents, I want you to start posting your questions so that I want to make it more interactive. I will be speaking all this while, but I want you to start posting your questions, because I've seen generally parents have a lot of questions about nutrition. I don't know why, but so start posting your questions. So the first thing important here in lifestyle is maintaining a routine. Though there is a lockdown, though you have nowhere to go, it is important that you maintain a routine. Very, very important. And the first important thing is that you maintain a routine of the child and for yourself as well. Second is second is a physical activity. A lot of you said that we do yoga, we do exercise with the child. That's really good. It is important that the child is doing at least 2 hours of physical activity, not 2 hours of screen time, but 2 hours of physical activity, which will help him stay fit. The third thing is the nutrition. A good nutrition, home cooked food. In fact, there are mothers who complain about child being a picky eater, a fussy eater. This is and who loves junk. This is a very good time. There is no junk food available. The restaurants are closed. There is no McDonald's available. There is no burger available unless you are starting to cook it at home. And a lot of parents are doing it. There's nothing wrong, but you can at least limit it. This is the time when you can reinforce good habits, eating habits in your child. You can take care of this issue of picky eating, and you can spend time to correct the eating habits of your child. And of course, you all have been hearing about a lot of immunity boosters and superfoods, which are good. You can, of course, give your child, especially things like honey, haldi, and ginger. These are very good for the respiratory health. You can definitely use it in different form in your child's diet. But if your child is having a good home cooked food and at regular intervals, having a nice routine, his nutrition is taken care of. If he is having seasonal fruits and vegetables, if he is having different colored fruit and vegetables, his different kind of vitamins and minerals are taken care of. You don't need to worry too much. I would like to take up a couple of questions here. Rupal teacher, if you would want to read out to me. Okay. Yeah, Rupal teacher.
Yeah,
You are on mute. You are on mute, Rupal teacher.
So sorry. My child does not drink milk. He does not like curd, buttermilk, or milk.
Okay, before I take the questions, I want to know, because now we'll be discussing, we have come to the end of all this. I want to give you 5 takeaways from this seminar, from this webinar, what we have learned today, the 5 most important points that we discussed today, so that you don't forget it. You always keep it in your mind, and there is something that you take away today. The first important thing is your mental health and emotions. They are the biggest and the most important thing which determine the immunity. So second, it is important that the child remains in an encouraging environment at home. The child is motivated, the child is not scared, the child is not scolded, criticized uh, all the time, but the child is um, motivated, involved, and feeling loved and cared and secure. Third, emotions are contagious like a virus. So you need to be stress free, calm, and cheerful. For your child to be stress free, calm, and cheerful. 4, screen time has to reduce. And since there is no outdoor activity, the lockdown might end soon, we don't know. But the screen time has to really go down and replace it with family time, with bonding time, with activities. And 5th is maintaining the child's immunity with a good routine and good nutrition. Okay?
Doctor, we have a very good question. A parent wants to know if you could just guide ideal diet for child to boost their immunity. If you could just quickly name a few things which is essential for a child to eat every day in
Okay.
time.
Now I'll be taking the questions. Now, see, there is nothing like ideal diet. If you are a Gujarati, your diet is different. If you are a Bengali, your diet is different. If you are a Maharashtrian, your diet is different. These diets are different because they come from that region. You are made, your taste buds are such, your genes are such that you like your regional food a lot. So there is nothing like ideal diet. If your child is having a home cooked, regional, locally sourced food with seasonal fruits and vegetables, that's ideal for your child. There is no ideal, also there is no ideal quantity. If your child is, how much your child is feeling hungry, you feed him that. Force feed always causes the child to withdraw and eat less. So again, my suggestion would go by this, that don't try to follow diets. Go by your instincts. Go by what your family has been eating since generation. Your regional diet. Cook that for your child with a lot of love. Serve him with a lot of love. That is a very important thing, rather than including one superfood. Make it with a lot of love. That adds a lot of value to the food. Next question.
Okay, we have somebody asking the child does not have breakfast. So the gap becomes too much, he directly has his lunch.
Right. What is the reason for that? Is the child waking up too late? Is the family as such not having breakfast? The thing is not there in the family itself, or the school timing is such that the child doesn't get enough time, and the mother has to rush the child, and then he doesn't get time for breakfast, and so that has been carried forward. So there can be many reasons, and now since there's a break, the habit doesn't change so easily. So you find out the reason why the child is not having breakfast. But it is not that the child doesn't feel hungry in the morning, but that hunger needs to be stimulated in the right way. Find out the reason. If you're rushing too much in the morning, the child doesn't want to eat. If the child needs to be relaxed. If all of y'all are having the breakfast, then make him sit with you, make him have with you. That is a good thing to do. And start with small quantities. Start with few dry fruits and a fruit or something, and slowly increase the quantity. Make it a good cereal breakfast, something made of wheat or rava, and something like this, solid breakfast. So start it with something small and then increase the quantity, right?
Okay.
Next question.
One more question is, what should be done for coughing at night? Because usually this is the major concern for the parents. And what should
Sorry?
be done what should be done if the child is coughing at night?
Coughing in night. So is it like a regular thing? Is it like an allergic thing, or is it because the child is in AC and he reacts to that? See, always if there is a symptom, if it is a reaction, there has to be a cause. So if you can try and find out the cause and act on it, work on it. If you are not able to try and find out the cause, if the coughing is too much And if it is disturbing his sleep, consult a doctor. That would be an ideal thing to do. But first, try and find out the cause in the environment. Is this something which is bothering the child? And try and change that. And if that's not happening, and if it's a regular thing, the child's sleep is getting affected, consult a doctor. Okay, next.
Any alternate product
What
instead
should
of
be the, okay, I just came across a question, so I
Yeah,
would like to answer that. Ma'am,
Yeah.
what should be the ideal screen time? I would say not more than half an hour in a day. Sorry, tell me. What question you have selected?
instead of milk, because
Hmm.
most children are fussy with milk. So any other alternate product instead of milk?
I feel milk is one favorite thing of mothers, you know,
They
whenever
want to
we
feed. Whether the child is interested or no,
the
but उसका
child
दूध
is
नहीं पीता
interested.
है.
हाँ,
That is the
so
major
that
thing.
is one favorite thing which mothers would. I want to ask mothers, how many of you like milk? How many of you would want to have a glass of milk every day? So, yeah, of course, there would be a lot of people who do. But what I want to say is that respect your child's choices. Okay, he can have desires, likes, and dislikes. Okay, in food items, it no meal and no food product is complete. There is always an alternative to it. Milk is a good source of protein, so there are many alternatives to it. Try and include other milk products if you can. If he's not having curd and chash, you include paneer in different forms, and then you use different other source of protein. I'm sure mothers are so innovative, they can find other ways, to feed that. It's okay if your child is not drinking milk. And if you see in nature, human, any mammal who is feeding their young one with milk, there is a time where you can breastfeed the child up to 2 years, 3 years, whatever, and then the milk production stops in the body. This means that the milk is not required for lifetime. Milk is required only in that initial phase. We have made it like a lifetime thing in our diet. Are you getting my point? So it is, don't freak out, don't get hyper if your child is not drinking milk. According to me, it's okay. You can find alternative sources. What next question? I think how many we have time for how many questions, Rupal teacher?
We have around 5 to 7 minutes more.
Okay.
5 minutes.
Okay. So next question.
We have this one parent who has been asking that they have a terrace flat. The children have been doing a lot of physical activities, but in spite of that, they are not feeling hungry.
Okay.
So can you
Okay.
please guide them?
Yeah. So not having the hunger is stimulated by physical activity. You're absolutely right. Especially when the child is really active, they should be feeling hungry. But that is not the only criteria for child to feel hungry. There are many other reasons, or there can be many other reasons why the child is demotivated to eat. One of which, according to me, is force feeding. If the child is being forced to eat, um, the child withdraws, and like I said, they don't end up eating. The second is distraction. If the child is engrossed in TV, looking at the screen, you would have seen that they don't even realize if you have fed them. They don't even realize that what is happening around them. So when they are engrossed, their mind is completely diverted. They are just sitting in that hypnotic stage in front of the TV. Their hunger is suppressed. So these are the two major things which I can think of right now, but there can be other things which can be, making. Otherwise, there is no other reason why the child shouldn't get hungry. So if there is any of this reason, first solve that problem, and then you can see why why the child is, still not feeling hungry, then there can be some other reason. Also, you can check for the age, is their growth and development normal, or is it stunted somewhere? So, then you take a step further and see how what is exactly happening. But try to find out the immediate cause in the surrounding, if there is something wrong immediately there.
Thank you, Dr.
Okay.
Isha. I think that might help. We have one more question saying that she feels that the child is growing, but she tries to give a little more as the child is growing. She feels that might be the requirement or the portions which she can serve is it could be little more, but then the child immediately goes for a potty and not able to digest it maybe. So is that the right thing to do?
Right. So when you're feeding the child, let the child decide. The tummy of the child decides, not the mummy doesn't decide how much the child to eat, how much should the child eat. If Rupal teacher knows that, I've always been saying that,
Yeah.
let the child's tummy
Tummy.
decide. The mummy doesn't decide how much the
Correct.
child should eat. And there is a
Correct.
control system in the brain, which is called satiety levels. So when you're eating, the stomach sends signal to brain that I'm almost full, and the child then stops eating. So let that be developed. Let the child regulate his diet rather than you regulating him. So of course, अगर वो एक आधा रोटी बाकी रख देता है और बोलता है नहीं खाना है, तो वो पॉइंट पे भी आप छोड़ दो. बहुत बार पेरेंट्स ऐसा करते हैं, अभी थोड़ा ही बाकी है, इतना खत्म कर लो. तो मेरे हिसाब से इतना भी आप फोर्स नहीं करोगे तो और अच्छा है. My child is hyperactive. Yeah, somebody is on not on mute, so there is noise.
Parents request you to kindly mute your microphones, please, so that it is Dr. Isha can be audible to everybody.
Okay, I will take couple of questions more. We are almost at 6, but I want to know just one question from my side to all of y'all. I want to know how did you all enjoy the whole session? How did you take something back? Did you have any valuable input into your knowledge and about your child's immunity? Let us know, all of y'all. I will be taking one more question, that the child is hyperactive, distracted, he doesn't sit except seeing mobile. That's what I told. He jumps, walk continuously. Is this okay? Now, what is the age of your child? I would like to know that. And also, see, hyperactive is the one word which we have been using very, very casually these days, that my child is hyperactive. See, even most of the children are active, and activity, there is no clear definition between activity and hyperactivity. So, if your child, even while please put yourself on mute. So even while jumping, or he's distracted, or
गरम भाव से ठंडा नहीं
please put everyone on mute. No, I am the host. Can I do that?
Yes, you are. You can make me the host and I'll handle for you.
I don't know how to do that now.
You can tap on my name and there will be an option.
Make host. Okay. Where am I now? Did it happen?
No, not yet.
Okay. The thing is, I'm not able to see my cursor. Can you see whose it is?
If you can stop sharing the screen, then maybe you'll be able to see.
But acha, is it so? Okay. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, 1 second. No, now, where is it now? Okay, I'll just, if you can see who is speaking and take the name and just tell them to, so I was answering the query on hyperactivity. And like I said, that there is no clear distinction between activity and hyperactivity. But what I want to say is that if your child is learning properly, if your child is understanding is up to the mark for his age, even when he is, you feel that he is distracted, but he is understanding everything what you're saying, then I don't think there is a problem. Then the only thing is that you need his excessive energy into something constructive by um, doing activities like swimming or karate, or any high football, any high physical activity, high energy physical activity. That's it. But if there is a problem in understanding, then you definitely need to consult a doctor. Okay, any other question? Probably the last question. Rupal teacher, can you tell
Yeah,
me?
it is. My kid doesn't know after eating whether he had his meal or no. He eats on his own without screen, but is not able to know that खाना खाया है कि नहीं खाया है, वो भी नहीं पता चलता है बच्चों को.
क्योंकि वो तभी completely diverted है, आप उसको स्क्रीन के सामने खिला रहे हैं, तो तभी वो खाना नहीं खा रहा है एक्चुअली, तभी वो टीवी ही देख रहा है, तभी आप अपना काम खत्म कर रहे हैं उसको खाना खिलाने का. तो ये बच्चों का एक्टिविटी नहीं है, ये आपका एक्टिविटी हो गया उसको खाना खिलाने का. पर बच्चों को इनफैक्ट समझना चाहिए कि मुझे अभी खाना खाना है. So it is very important that there is no distraction while you are feeding them. There is it is very difficult. अगर ये बहुत 1-2 साल की आदत हो गई है, पहले से आपने टीवी के सामने खिलाया है, तो बहुत डिफिकल्ट है इसको चेंज करना. But that is the right way. Otherwise, fussy eating will come in, nutritional problems come in, behavioral problems come in. So it is really important कि आप उसको रोज एक जगह पे बिठाएं जहाँ पे खाना खाना है. मोटिवेट हिम कि तुम खाना खा के बाद में तुम आपको जो करना है वो कर सकते हो. बट I would say eating without distraction is the thing to do. It will take a lot of time and pain and effort, but this is what you should be doing.
Dr. Isha, one more question. What if the child is not eating on her own, even if she is a 6-year-old child? So, any tip if we can encourage that
See,
child to eat on her own?
again, so very good question. Again, it is very much dependent on the nature of the child. Is the child a dependent child? Is the child why is he not eating at home on his own? Is the child not interested in eating? Is the child completely dependent on the mother? Have you always helped the child in the smallest of things that he wants to do? Because also I've seen why children become dependent on parents is because parents have never allowed the child to be independent in the first
Correct.
place. So you have to start making your child independent, not just in eating, but a lot of other things. 6 years is a good age to start
Yeah, that's
that.
what.
Try to make them independent in taking shower or wearing clothes or managing their books or so many other things. When the child gets the sense of independence, he will start getting independent in eating as well. Also, he should be interested or she should be interested in eating, so that interest also needs to be generated. She's okay, so she said that she's less interested in eating. Why is she less interested in eating? It is a basic source of nutrition. It is a basic instinct. बच्चा पैदा होता है ना, तो सबसे पहले क्या करता है? सांस लेता है रोके, उसके बाद भूख लगती है. It is a natural instinct. It is there in everyone. तो कहीं ना कहीं ये नेचुरल इंस्टिंक्ट सप्रेस हो रहा है. क्यों हो रहा है? ये बच्चों में क्यों होता है? बिकॉज पेरेंट्स के बिहेवियर की वजह से, खुद से नहीं होता है. तो कहीं ना कहीं हम गलत जा रहे हैं. यू वुड हैव टू check on your behavior while feeding them. There is this one last thought which I would like to leave you with. Very important thing: when your child wakes up, when you're feeding your child, and when your child sleeps, these 3 times, take lot of care of your child. Wake them up with love, feed them with love, make them sleep with a lot of love. This will be the biggest bonding session that you can have with your child. This will give them a lot of security, make them feel love. So this is one last thought that I want to leave you with. Uh, Thank you so much for having me today. I just hope you all enjoyed the session. I hope you all got good information from this session, and I hope your queries are solved. I could address few queries. Some I have not been able to address everyone because we have a time limit, because there are 40 people. Everybody, we have to take care of everyone. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Isha.
Thank you all the parents for finding out time coming here today, and welcome. I also enjoyed it a lot. Though this was a virtual meeting, I couldn't see all of you all, but still your comments.
We are not able to hear you,
Hello?
Dr. Isha.
Can you hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, so we would also, on behalf of Team Chipendale, like to thank you a lot for being here today, taking time out and, sharing so much of insight with our parents. I hope the parents have got questions to many of their queries. It was a pleasure having you over here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So parents, I want your child's video. We want to know your child's view about this whole thing. I told you, form a small video of your child and upload it on Facebook. I would also like to see on their views on the lockdown, on coronavirus. How are they feeling? It would be a really nice activity. Please do it, and we would like to see it.
Yes, indeed, lovely parents. You all can share your videos as suggested by Dr. Isha, and we would be sharing it across with her as well. So thank you so much, everybody. Looking forward to see you all again soon. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Okay, how do I end this? I'm not sure.
You'll have to make me host again, ma'am. Tap on my name and you will get a option.
Okay. The thing is, the cursor is not seen.
You
Are
can
you
stop
the
sharing
host?
your screen first.
But even that, I'm not able to do.
Exit full
Can you?
screen. Exit full screen.
Right.
Okay, now are you able to?
Bye, parents. Thank you so much. Okay. No, I'm not able to. I can't see the cursor only. Okay. 1 second.
Go to
Yeah.
participants. Can you see that?
Yeah. One
Go to participants and tap on my name. Chip and please.
second. Okay. Oh, finally.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll be
Hi,
ending the
teachers.
meet.
Anything else you all would like to say? Okay, there are some more chats coming in.
No, it's just thank you and bye.